So, a couple good friends of mine, Michelle and Emmy, just found out that they are expecting their first child. And I wanted to go and congratulate them, but unfortunately, quarantine. So, I thought it would be interesting if I made them a little baby rattle out of some scraps of wood. Let's see if it works. So I started by just cleaning up this piece of pine here. I'm going to rough out the shape that I want. So that is essentially what I'm going for. Obviously I'll make it symmetrical and nice looking. But that's the idea. So the largest drill bit I have is a scotch smaller than the hole I wanted, but I think it'll still do just fine. So, lesson learned there. This Forstner bit, that's what this type of bit is called. A is pretty dull, and B just doesn't quite have the chutzpah to get through this, even though it's pretty soft wood. So I'm going to switch to a smaller bit first, try to hog out some of the material. I'll see where that gets us. Well, this is going well. I'm going to use my calipers, I think, to get the outer dimension of the circle just where I want it. You could use a compass for this or just sketch it. It's pretty good. Now I just have to decide how I want to do the handle precisely. What I'm doing now is transferring some drill holes, because I'm going to have a perpendicular hole. I say perpendicular. I'm going to have a hole at an angle going through like so, for reasons that will become clear quite soon, I hope. And I want to drill these before I cut anything, so I'll have more to work with. I lost the footage from this entire thing, so I drilled it something like this. Looks like I'm off center by a little bit, but I'm not going to fuss about it too much. The baby won't know. I'm going to use the handle of this little mini folding saw that I have to rough out a better symmetrical idea of the handle for this. Now I have to remember, this is for a baby. My hands are much bigger than a baby's. Science will have you know. And I'll thin it up more on the sander. This is just to get it approximately right. Cha-cha-cha. So, unfortunate thing happened. looks like the belt, which takes the power from the motor, which directly drives the disc sander here to the belt sander up top, is, I'd say that's well and truly gone right there. So I think I'm just going to have to do without for now, which is really unfortunate because I don't know when I'm going to be able to get another one of these. That's clearly not doing anyone any good anymore, so I don't think there's any salvaging this. So I guess I'm going to be doing more hand sanding than I thought. So here's another fun problem to solve. This hole I drilled, you know, right there. Pretty good stuff. I have this dowel. It's painted from an old project used years ago. However, this dowel is the wrong size for this hole. What do? I use a piece of scrap metal, drill the right size hole, hammer this through. It might work. Better still, it turns out I had a piece of scrap metal that actually has exactly the right size hole. This guy right here. This I took out of a shredder, I think. This was on part of the gear housing. You never know when stuff like that's going to come in handy. I need to shave the end down just a bit first. Easy way to do that. I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter, put it in the drill, piece of sandpaper. Not even close to in a frame. Let's try that again. That is starting to work. I think I'll be best off if I trim this down just a little bit more. If I wanted to do this right, I'd probably use something about 0.5 millimeter larger than the hole I was putting it through. This is probably about 1 mil. Just means the drill's got to do a bit of extra work. But I think we'll get there. Interesting. So what happened there was I forgot to drill the through hole deep enough, so I actually started drilling into it with this wood, which is now a little pointier and a little burnier. That should work a little bit better, I hope. Still just getting too much resistance off these off-done bits. They kind of ball up and get tougher, and I don't know the best way to remove these short of just tearing them off, which is a little harder than it looks. Well, that worked a treat, and it made a little flower. This is a cool idea to make pencils or something with cool ends. I have to remember that. I'm going to go just a bit deeper just so I can get rid of this burn bit at the end. But there you go. I now have a dowel the correct size. Perfect. What are these? Question mark. Some of you probably already have an idea of what I'm going for, but just in case. Looks like a charm. I made 4 just in case, but I think 3 is going to be the right number here. Now, of course, I'm going to sand these, make them properly round. Get rid of this extra bit. Probably thin the whole thing up just a bit, but you get the idea. keep second guessing myself, because frankly I don't really know how big babies' hands are. I haven't been a baby in a very long time. So this might be like gigantic for a baby, but it's a little small in my hand, so, you know, babies are a little smaller than me. It's also won't be a choking hazard this way, unless you've got a very big baby. Only the best for the baby. As you can see, I am not finishing the frame of the rattle yet. I think that'll be easier to do once I glue everything in. I did finish the rings and the rod, just because those I think will be simpler to do now. So I'll give those a few minutes to do their thing, get everything glued up, finish the handle, and then we're pretty much done. I almost forgot the most important part. That would have been really bad. I would say it works. Now the question is, how do I get that off? I think I'm going to get it close on the bandsaw, then sand and file the rest. So, there it is. I've got it sanded down to 1500 grit, so it's very smooth and no splinters or anything like that for sure. So the last step now is just to apply some food safe finish. This is Watco Butcher Block Oil. It's FDA approved, food safe, recommended for use on toys. So I'm going to use that. Okay, I'm gonna let that cure up inside, lightly sand it and apply a second coat. So I have put on the very last coat of oil. It's still gonna take a little while to cure, and I'm gonna have to bring it inside to do that because it is way too cold out here. But you get the idea of what it looks like. I'm very pleased with it. I think it looks very nice, and I'm glad that it will be safe for the baby. That's all for this one. Michelle and Emmy, many congratulations again. May your child contain all of your many good qualities and a few more besides. Hopefully this sees a lot of use, but even if not, just know it's a token of my best wishes towards you and your family. Everyone else, thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Stick around for the next one. We'll make some more stuff. Have a good one.